Yes.
I thought it was just a large mistake.
She didn't go to school yet.
But this, okay, that's why, because I remember him talking about it, but I didn't see it. All right, so this is the definite. Well, that's basically the idea, is to take each one of the ideas that we have, that we like the best, and incorporate it into one, so we can see exactly what it is that we're looking for there. And you're right, it's all going to be about who comes in and wants to do something, or who's there and wants to sell it, or wants to do something different on their property. It's a vision, that's all it is. Right? That's all our responsibility to create the vision.
Jack, do you have a preliminary wish list?
Again, like I said before, I love the concept of opening up the park.
Okay.
The visibility from East End Street. And we talked about that warehouse that's there, that's for sale. Maybe the town wants to buy it, or to tie in the park with East End Street.
Jack, I don't think that's individually owned by one person. I believe that is.
They're condos.
Right.
But they are for sale. Let them know.
Not the entire facility.
Going all the way out the park.
So one thing you like is the idea of opening it up with an open space. Is that fair?
Well, the northern side of East End Street, behind the park, you know, if there's something we can do to maybe just take the houses down, and from East Center Street, we make it more park, bring the park out. You know, how many houses would we lose?
That's this one here.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at the existing lot coverage.
But this was the idea.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that. Let's see that.
this is one.
Yeah, similar to number one, you can make the park a little bit bigger.
It expands that into Center Street, East Center of the big city.
It would really make it more like a neighborhood. You know, you tie it into the park and have a neighborhood where people can look into the park and see where now you have to walk down a little walkway and then the park opens up. And it's kind of like segregated. It really segregates East Center Street from the recreational areas that are available there now.
How are the elevations work with that, Jack? Isn't there a big drop off there? Let's say you wiped out that entire
Well, you could use the
north side.
you have 80-foot lots at least, you know, there's cars parked back, all the way back there. When you go to the park, you look, you see cars parked. But if you were to open that up and maybe extend it, I don't think, and that'll solve some of your density issues too, on the acreage.
But there are a lot of buildings there.
Take a look at it.
No, I know, there are a lot of buildings there.
So one thing you like is possibly from option one. I'm making notes here to help us the next time we review this. From option one, possibly adding those lots to the park space. Is that fair statement?
And you know, there may be green acres money, there may be a lot of ways to finance something.
There may be, but conceptually,
Yes.
let's assume it's not worried too much about the money at the moment.
Right.
We'll have to worry ultimately. You would like if money was no object, maybe you had those properties added to the park.
Yeah, I think it would blend that neighborhood together. I really do believe that.
And Jack, if you looked at option 3 and eliminated a couple of those residential areas on either side of the entrance to the park, you could accomplish the same thing.
Correct, yeah, it doesn't have to be the entire park. Just, let's say that where that warehouse we just spoke about, say that and then a similar size group next to it.
And even like with what we have there, the park, you know, could be a playground, right? Because you have all those residences there that would utilize that.
That's true, because the apartments come up on East Center Street, it's heading west on East Center Street. You know, apartments before it really turns into the park, it's probably up by that warehouse, correct?
Yeah, below the warehouse, the grade is really steep. Right. You're pretty flat at the warehouse, and then it goes up a little bit because the Gabriel residence, Jimmy Gabriel house, there's a lot near there like Barry said, the concept of, I think, bringing the park into the neighborhood also brings the neighborhood into the park at the same time.
Since this is such an important thing, and since everybody knows a little bit about this, nobody knows everything about this area, would it make any sense
Road
to
trip.
really have a field trip?
Absolutely.
I think it would. I think we should all go there and say, this is what I'm talking about here, that is what I'm talking about there. Because I mean, I don't know these names. I mean, you talk about this person's house or that person's. I have no idea where that is. You know, I really don't.
So why don't we do that side of the building?
Well,
We should advertise it.
here's
We're
the
going
answer.
on walking tour of the area.
Here's the answer. There's two ways of achieving that possibility. One is to go in groups of 3 rather than any other number. We wouldn't have to notice it. We just sort of say, break up into groups of 3 and do it 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it is in every group. Or we could notice for a special meeting, if that, a workshop session. Workshop session where you all collectively meet at one location and walk the job, so to speak. The limitation you will have is that despite our lofty positions with the township, you have to stay on public property unless you have granted access from the owners. So you can't just go marching all over the place.
No, on the sidewalks.
Right, exactly. Sidewalks and park property, you say,
And if we can do it during.
Drive to the parking lot, yeah.
that's true. But you know, if necessary, I'm sure we can get permission from some owners to have access to the property. So if it's the board's pleasure to take that kind of a work, kind of figure out a day that works. I don't like to impinge on the board's Saturday mornings, but that's always a time that might work for some people. Or we could do it on 2 days. 2 days, say, half or one day, the other half or another day, whatever works for the board's schedule. You have to notice that.
I really think it would be a good idea for everyone to go at the same time as much as possible.
Doesn't get dark until 7:30. Just have a meeting at 6. Instead of finishing.
We could do that. We could do that.
I think we need more time than that, maybe 5.
Subject to everybody's schedule. I'll make whatever happens.
What about do we want to travel together? Just sometimes we can probably get an overview of, we did like a little bus and drove around, and then we could get out and walk around. But we could get an overview a little quicker if we were driving.
The Commissioner Scarpelli's suggestion is a good one. I can tell you that I've participated in such road trips within the community in the past, using the town bus. And we had to find a driver for it. That was one issue. But good question. Jack raises a good question. I don't think about that one. But that might pose a problem.
Well, you get a big enough bus.
That's what I'm saying.
There's only 900 members.
Yeah.
Right.
So we get bus that holds 30.
We do that.
We start the meeting from here at a certain hour and go downstairs and get on the bus. That work? Council, I'm looking at you.
If we had a bus for 30 this evening, we could easily accommodate the people here. So I think that's the way we'll approach it. I'll have to find out whether the buses in the budget though.
I'll see
So
what we can do
we'll
about prepare that.
All right, so does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, I
Good.
A bus tour? Yeah, good idea. We'll bring this.
Bus walking tour.
Bus walk, yeah. You have to walk back from the, wherever you.
That's fine. do it then and then have our meeting. I mean, I would be willing to
Okay,
do that.
well, that's kind of fine, maybe that's not a bad idea, we take the bus, go
Yeah.
back there and have a discussion of what we saw.
Yeah.
We had, it plays what Commissioner Scarpelli suggested with,
What day are we talking about?
well, we don't really pick a day,
The-
we didn't pick a day.
Our next meeting is what, April 22nd, correct?
Yes, we're always going for that, forget that, that's not happening.
But if we do it at 5 in the afternoon,
Which,
on April 22nd?
the only problem, if you do
Meeting
it,
after that?
if you do it that, you have 43 hearings on that, you're not going to be able to discuss it.
Okay, I see. What about the one after that?
The next meeting after that is,
May 6th?
No, May
No, May
6th.
6th is May 6th.
May 20th is your
May
next.
20th.
We have, one application, that we moved from the 6th to the 20th.
How about if we schedule a special meeting on the 13th?
On the way.
Okay.
May 5th, on the way.
27th is right after, Memorial Day. I don't know if that's anybody positives or negatives.
I'm not,
So,
We
okay.
put May 27th.
May 27th. Does that?
Does it have to be a Wednesday?
No, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. The only issue, the only thing with Wednesdays is you know this room's available, if you choose to leave afterwards, you may not have that option.
The only other meetings here are Tuesdays, we're under zoning board.
Thursday is the start preservation, and they can meet.
Okay, so
Zoning's on Monday.
Why don't can we poll the board members by email for the last week of May, like the 26th, 27th, the 28th, to see which days work for everybody?
I'll do that.
And those are what days and on my
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Tuesday.
Monday's Memorial Day, you said, Council?
It's, May 26th is the Tuesday, May 27th is the Wednesday, and
May 25th is Memorial Day.
May 25 is Memorial Day.
Is that the case?
26th is the Tuesday, 27th is the and 28th is the Thursday. So I'll send it, I'll have an email sent around. Everybody can say yes, 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 or no, 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 or whatever dates are available. And then we'll go with the greatest number of yeses.
And this way, it gives us time to register with us, advertise. I would assume we have to advertise if it's going to be a workshop, bus tour, walking meeting.
That's what I was wondering, if we should have them along.
Do you think you need them? I mean, it's
I
up to you.
I think you should take it really.
I think it's, yeah, I think it's more for our benefit than it is.
I agree.
You'd like it to be available? No, it's not.
I just raised the question, I don't really,
Okay. All right, so we'll send around a polling with dispatch.
We don't need a motion, right? We'll just agree for a discussion.
Oh, yeah, you can write just come on, email. Make the days.
I think that will give us a much better flavor for some of the things that have come up tonight. The topography,
Right.
parking situation, even looking at the existing multifamilies there, the wall that surrounds them, the access to that back building, the PNC building, which is that back piece of property, and also, Jack, what's the complex, you said, what's the name of the complex all the way to
Arbor Hills.
Arbor Hills?
The one, the Belleville line?
Yeah.
That's that road, so we have Belleville and Nutley in that same complex, so that's
Yes,
the problem.
that's right.
So Arbor Hills, how there's fire access there, but there's no other access into that property. And we could even go down River Road to see that you cannot get in there very easily.
Yeah.
That would be something that would be very good for us to see.
I just encourage people to you're
And so
looking
this
at.
is not you.
We just have to sit down and discuss it.
Exactly,
Go.
that's it.
That's right, and this is usually phone, cell phones, they work.
Council,
Yes.
I grab a set of plans since I was here at the last meeting.
I think he had to stand in, if I'm not mistaken, and if not, if I am, presumably, I'm sure he gets a copy.
You guys think Mr. Arcudi was at the last meeting?
No, I believe he was absent also.
You know what, Jack?
They call a workshop when people don't even have the time.
Mr. points out that he and Mr. Arcudi may not have a copy of these latest plans. I don't know if we got them from Mr. Kimberly as a PDF, but I'm sure I can get them. Would that be something you guys could print out? I'll take care of getting that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so that's settled.
That's the piece to me.
Is there any other discussion? I think that we are done. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Percentage.
All in favor?
Aye.